Hi everyone, Rusty here from Meteo Mundo, and welcome to a preview of our member-only video. If you're thinking about becoming a member here at Meteo Mundo, this video is one of the perks of that membership. So I encourage you to take a look at this video and see if the information provided within might be something that you'd be interested in. Hi members, Rusty back here with you on Meteo Mundo, and welcome to our member-only forecast video. Want to break down the format of this video, then we'll get started. I'll always start off with the wide perspective. We'll take a look at what's happening across all of the area in short order. If there's any big piece of information to pass along, like any tropical development, we're tracking a tropical storm or hurricane, I'll pass that along here as well. Of course, I'll always do that in the main forecast video on the page as well. And then we'll get into the specific island by island forecast. In this member only video, there will be chapters. So if you want to move along to some areas of interest for you, you can do that very easily. Let's start off with the broad perspective here. I actually want to switch over to the satellite imagery to begin with here. Another storm system coming off of the United States East Coast. You can see that on the visible satellite imagery. This is going to bring some clouds, breezy conditions to the Bahamas. We still have our easterlies through the Lesser Antilles, including Barbados. The winds are relaxing a little bit though, and then we're going to see the better chance for some rain in Jamaica and in Belize a little bit later. For Belize, there'll be a good chance for showers today. Jamaica, your rain chances will begin to improve. So let me show you the broad perspective of the rain. I'm going to put this into motion. There's one feature I really want to highlight here before we get to the island by island forecast, and that's the feature coming off the United States East Coast. Look at this mid-latitude cyclone. If this were the summer months, we might be talking about tropical development, but this is going to be a huge wind and rainmaker for portions of the western Atlantic, driving in some northerly breezes, which will actually cool down some of us as well. Okay, let's get into the island by island forecast. I want to start off with my friends in Barbados, Bridgetown, Spadestown. We've had some very breezy conditions lately for you here. Again, this is our visible satellite, or excuse me, our enhanced satellite imagery, which is running. Don't see a lot on that. I'll switch over to the visible satellite imagery, and it's very clear to see that we have our easterlies continuing across the area. Now, the winds have been diminishing, but still on the northern and the eastern sides of the island, the opportunity for some higher seas. So if you're going offshore on the northern or the eastern coastline, please keep that in mind. Zooming back in, I'm going to switch over to our model reflectivity product here, and again, I'm going to expand this out now because I'm going island by island and I'm switching things through a wide parameter. It's going to take me a second here to load up everything, so just bear with me, but it's not going to take too long. This is our future track rain over the next 5 days. And again, I'm zoomed in really close, and we'll go out just a little bit here, but you can see there's not a lot of green on the map. As our easterlies have diminished in intensity, the moisture going along with that has also diminished. I expect some weak, shallow rain, which means the convection is not going to be going very high, which means it's all going to be very light, spotty showers. So it's going to be one of those forecasts for Barbados. Let me even go out just a little bit further here, where the east winds will continue. But the chance of rain every day is not going to be very high. And even if you catch a shower, it's going to be very light rain. It's not going to add up to much, and it should be in and out of one location very, very quickly. We're not going to have those 40-50% chance for showers we've had the last couple of weeks in general. Still could be some spots of heavier rain, but again, running the model out over the next 5 days, you don't see a lot of that. Now, as far as the winds go in this area, I'll switch over real quickly to our wind gust product, because again, I just want to mention that the winds here, let me switch over to that right there. Going to put this into motion. Now, you're going to see a lot of aqua colors, okay? Those are relatively tranquil winds. That's 10, 15 knots. When we get into the greens, but especially the yellows, that's when those winds are fresher. And that's just not going to be the case for us here. We'll have our easterlies continue, but the winds won't be nearly as strong. As a matter of fact, they might weaken a little bit early in the week ahead. So overall, it really is a beautiful forecast for my friends in Barbados, including Bridgetown, for our Sunday. Breezy, humid, passing showers possible, but again, it's mainly dry. 87 degrees, the daytime high. It does feel like 93 degrees with that east wind at around 10 to 20. On the 5-day forecast, I don't have a lot of rain any one day. Maybe just a little bit more moisture returning Wednesday and Thursday, but it's still going to be light showers. We'll get some breeze over the next couple of days, but again, the winds will be relatively lighter than the last week. And then I think a little bit more of a fresh easterly returns, especially on Thursday. Look for daytime highs to continue in the mid and the upper 80s. It really is a very nice forecast across the island. Okay. How about we start over in Jamaica? That's going to be our next stop here on the island by island forecast, my friends in Jamaica. For Port Antonio, Kingston, Portmore, Spanish Town, rain chances beginning to improve a little bit. This is our visible satellite imagery. Again, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we get a little bit more perspective. Some cloud coverage on this Sunday already developing along the eastern side of the island from Ocho Rios to Port Antonio and Kingston. So again, we're getting some clouds moving in. That could spell a few showers along the eastern side of the island. Now, this will continue to moisten up the atmosphere, and we're going to actually pick up a north wind later in the week, which is going to drive in some more showers. Now, today, not a ton of rain. Some scattered showers out there, still fairly humid, but we're looking pretty good overall. I would favor the eastern and the far northeast coastline for some rain for today, but the rain chances overall are going to be improving. So let's do that. Let me switch over here again to our reflectivity product for my friends in Jamaica. Going to put this into motion here in just 1 second. Once again, because I am switching through several products, it's just going to take me 1 second here. I'm going to take off the satellite imagery. So again, and let me get in a little bit closer here to the island as well. So you can start to see as we get into early to midweek, here come the rain chances going back up. All right. For tomorrow, a few showers, but as we get into Tuesday, as we get into Wednesday, and even Thursday, more green on the map. It's not going to be a lot of heavier rain, but the rain chance is going to be there. And it's really for all of the island. The northern side of the island actually has a pretty good chance for some showers because our winds again will be turning out of the north into the east. So let me get in just a little bit closer here, get everyone in here. I'm going to take this step by step because really important forecast. Again, the remainder of today, a spotty shower is possible. As we get into overnight and into our Monday, we'll start to see some moisture return, still fairly isolated showers. And by the way, outside of the rain, it's going to be a little bit on the humid side, but Kingston on up towards Maypen and even west towards Westmoreland Parish and Montego Bay, there's Negril. We're going to start to moisten up this atmosphere a little bit more. Then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, here you go. This is Wednesday afternoon. That's a fair amount of green on the map. I hope you get some downpours. Best chance will be in the afternoon hours, but even with this north wind, some of that moisture is going to be sticking around for the overnight hours as well, and then into Thursday as well. Decent chance for some showers across the island. So I want to start off with the marine forecast in Kingston for today. Southeast winds at 10 to 20, seas 3 to 5 feet. Monday is a variable wind. The winds will be all over the place. In general, starting on Tuesday, they'll be a little bit more out of the north, as I've already mentioned, but it's not a bad forecast for the coastal waters of Kingston, 3 to 5 feet for today, 2 to 4 feet for your Monday. For Montego Bay, on this Sunday afternoon. It is a beautiful day. Again, fairly dry on the western side of the island, 86 the daytime high. Feels like 92 degrees. That's not horrible with that gentle northeast breeze along the northern coastline. For Kingston and the 5-day forecast, 20% chance for showers today, breezy and humid. Here come our rain chances beginning to improve. Again, not a lot of rain for tomorrow, a few showers on Wednesday, and we begin to moisten up the atmosphere with that north wind, and it will keep daytime highs in the mid 80s. So rain chances increase on Wednesday. Widespread rain on Thursday. We'll keep an eye on the amounts. They're not going to be a lot, a quarter to a half inch of rain over the next 5 days for the majority of us. I'll see if there's any more rain, heavier rain coming later in the period. And of course, I'll keep you updated here on this member video. Okay, let's swing on over to my friends in Belize for us here. Again, this is the enhanced satellite imagery. I'll switch over to the visible satellite imagery. You can clearly see it's a cloudy day across the area. Sure, there's some peaks of sunshine from time to time, but from Orange Walk to San Ignacio in Belize City and San Pedro, it's relatively cloudy. Notice the wind direction is out of the north. That's where the clouds are moving from the northeast to the southwest. And underneath this cloud coverage, we're going to get the opportunity for some showers and some slightly cooler weather as well. So just like I did, we'll switch over to our reflectivity product for us here. And again, I'll loop this up. We'll take off the visible satellite imagery and we'll take a look at the rain forecast here. And this is a big story, at least over the next couple of days. There's going to be an opportunity for cloudy skies, some passing showers in Belize, and it's going to be kind of sticking around here for a little bit. So let's pause this and we'll take it step by step. For the remainder of this Sunday afternoon, again, passing showers, fairly breezy north to northeast winds, relatively cool. I mean, nothing outrageous, but again, relatively cloudy as well. The rain chances will begin to fall apart beginning tomorrow, at least in some ways. I don't expect a lot of rain on Monday. I don't expect a ton of rain for Tuesday as well. We'll start to moisten things back up later in the period and increase the rain chance just a little bit as we get into late Wednesday and Thursday. But by far, when I bring this back in time to right now, our best chance of rain is going to be today. As a matter of fact, let me step this back a little bit more to 1 p.m. and you'll get an idea here. I don't know why that was set for 7. I apologize for that. So 1 o'clock, you can see in the afternoon hours, the rain does break out on this Sunday and inland all the way towards Belize City. So again, fair opportunity for some rain, and then that rain will begin to fall apart. So let's look at the forecast for Belize City today. Fairly cloudy with some showers, 83. That's it for the daytime high. Now it still feels like it's 94 in the heat of the afternoon. And again, we have that north wind to northwest at 10 to 15, and there will be some locally higher gusts, especially as the showers develop. On the 5-day forecast for Belize City, 50% chance for showers today, 83 the daytime high. The north winds do some work. It does cool things down. 79 Monday, 76 on Tuesday, and then as I said, the return of some showers Wednesday and especially on Thursday, back up to a 40% chance with the daytime high there of 79. Well, what does that mean? We have our friends in the Bahamas left over for us here. So here's the forecast from our friends across the Bahamas. And again, we'll switch over to the visible satellite imagery here for today. And we have streaks of clouds beginning to develop ahead of our next front. Winds are actually out of the south for us here. And there is some cooler weather coming. I mean, there is some cooler weather coming for early in the week. Let's take a look at our reflectivity product here. Again, I can look at the high resolution model here. Let me again make sure I back this up in time. And look, in these member videos, you want to help us out? Hit the like button. If you, for some reason, I'm assuming you've subscribed to the channel if you subscribe to the member video, but if for some reason you haven't done that, make sure you do that as well. Okay, so I want to talk about the rain coming in with our next front, and it's certainly going to bring us some cooler weather. So again, this is our high resolution model here, letting this just run over the next 48 hours, and then I'll break it down. Ahead of our front, winds today are mainly out of the south to southeast. Behind the front, as you would imagine, winds are going to turn out of the north to northwest. It's going to freshen up. The exposed waters of the Atlantic are going to have some very long period swells. And you can just see these fingers of rain coming in. Again, this time of the year, unless we have a really powerful front, it's not going to add up to much. And some of that on the model is just some moisture. But again, through the remainder of this Sunday, and I'm going to kind of just stair step this, we'll see a line of rain begin to move into Walker's Key, Freeport, West End, Lucaya. Way too close, Rusty. I want to get close on these videos. I don't want to get that close. But for Grand Bahama in general, High Rock, here comes some rain. Your best timing right now on our high resolution model is 4 p.m. on Sunday through about 8 to 9 p.m. on Sunday evening. That first initial batch will then pass you by to the south and to the east, still relatively covered up in places like Abaco, including Marsh Harbor. It will then sink down to Eleuthera, Andros, and New Providence, including Nassau, of course, as we go overnight into the wee hours of Monday morning. So that's kind of the first initial shot of showers. We then pick up a north wind. There's not going to be a lot of rain. Again, north winds, breezy conditions, driving in at least a little bit of moisture here. So here's what I expect for Monday and into Tuesday. Fairly cloudy skies from time to time, breezy north winds, and quick passing showers, maybe literally a burst of some rain for a minute or two, and then it's out of here. That's just more than anything indicating that there's at least some leftover low-level moisture in the atmosphere. All right, let me switch over to the longer range model here. And again, I just want to make sure I stair step it back in time and then bring it back out to 5 days, which I have accomplished right now. And then I'll put this into motion. And you can see that as we get deeper into the forecast period here, we're going to stay with a north wind. We're going to stay with that wind, at least providing some light scattered showers. it's certainly going to bring in some cooler weather as well. Speaking of the winds, again, I don't expect it to be a ton of rain. I want to be clear about that. But speaking of the winds, we'll see the winds again freshen up behind the front. So as we go through today, and then as the front comes by, the winds diminish. And then they pick back up into Wednesday and Thursday, mainly out of the north after today, but there will be some variable winds coming by next week. So let's look at the Grand Bahama rain forecast. This is really for all of the central and northwest Bahamas. Southwest winds today at 10 to 20 knots, seas running 3 to 6 feet, but again, it really varies on where you are. Small craft should exercise caution. Small craft should also exercise caution on Monday. A west to northwest wind at 15 to 20. Seas will be running 3 to 7 feet. For Grand Bahama today, 82 the daytime high, breezy, some sun, and some passing showers, feeling like 85 against southwest winds at 10 to 15. But by tomorrow morning, Grand Bahama will have morning lows in the 60s. And how about Nassau's forecast? Again, some showers very late today, early Monday, out of here by daybreak, 20% chance for showers after that, but a much cooler day. 73 the daytime high. It's a beautiful winter day on Tuesday, 72. We will then see some rain returning, but again, I don't expect it to be a lot of rain with some passing showers, and daytime highs Monday through Thursday just in the low to mid 70s. That is your member forecast for this Sunday. Once again, if you're interested in becoming a member, just remember it only costs you 99 cents a month to be a member here at Meteo Mundo and to get the perks, including this member forecast for the Bahamas, Belize, Jamaica, and Barbados. Thank you, members. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting Meteo Mundo, and I'll see you shortly.